Okay, so I've done a video on Brown Eyed Girl, the riff, so this is where I'm going to do the chords and the lyrics. So we're just going to dive straight into looking at what chords to use. So this is a G, using your third and fourth finger on these thin strings. So if you put your first finger on the fifth string, on the second fret, and then your second finger up at the top on the third fret, so you got that shape. Now put your third and fourth finger on the first and second string down here, so put that together. This is a nice way to move from a G to C without shifting your whole hand like this. So if you notice when I show you the C, it is virtually the same as the G, but you're 1 and 2 shifts down. There's a lot of songs that I'm going to cover which involve just these nice few basic chords. So G, and then move it down. If you strum every string there, you've got this sixth string which is a bit off sounding, but if you're a beginner, don't worry about that, just play it, because eventually in time you're going to use this thumb to touch that string, this thumb, and eventually it'll sound nice. But if you're trying to get your fingers on here on this C and then you're trying to do your thumb, it's gonna wreck the C chord. So I'd just focus on getting this C right. So G and then to C. So we are going to do a strumming pattern as well. So the next chord is an E minor. You could, if you wish, to keep them 3 and 4 on there, you could do that, but if you're not, it just first finger up here on the 5th string, 2nd fret, second finger below it. There you go. And then this is probably one that's the most problematic for beginners, because it puts your fingers in some funny position. So first finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, second finger down at the bottom, third finger which is on the next fret across but in between them two. So strum from the 4th, so D. So just practice them chords. I'm going to get a strumming pattern for it. This isn't the strumming pattern, but it's an easy one to get going. So you can see here there is 6 strums, but that doesn't mean to say you count to 6. There's 4 beats and these 6 strums fit into that. So when you're looking at the chart here and you can see the very first line, you can see G has 4 lines. That doesn't mean to say that's 4 strums, that's just 4 beats. So however many notes you want to fit within that, that's your choice. So here you got the strong beats, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got a couple of and beats there. So it just makes it a bit interesting then. Hey, where did we go? Just doing down beats. Days where the rain came. So instead you're going, hey, where did we go? Makes it that little bit more interesting. So this strumming pattern, let's keep on the G, do a down up, a down, and a down up. So basically it's down, down, up repeated. So down, down, up, down, down, up. Now once you've played that in order, you want to get your hand bobbing and only touch the strings when you can confidently say that pattern and not have your hand shoot in weird directions. So get your hand bobbing. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. So if I stop talking, my hand's going to carry on doing exactly the same. It's not going to go down, down, up, down, down, up. Anything like that, just stop yourself, start bobbing again, like this, and then say it down, down, up, down, down, up. So that is 4 beats worth, even though you're doing 6 strums. So if we look at the very intro over that riff that we learned in another video, it goes G, down, and then to C. So that's a nice little change. Back to G, and then to D, so the joy about that shape using your third and fourth is when you come to the D, keep your third finger on, and then these two fingers go there. And when you go back to G, put your little finger on, and then there. So I know I'm doing that in step by steps. Ultimately, you want to do it in one motion, but do the little finger, then them, just to put some order in which way you're going to do it. So little finger, then them, and then eventually together. So from the G to D. So G, you're taking off your little finger, putting them two in place. Do that again. Little finger off, them in place. To get back to the G, little finger on, and there. So that's probably the biggest hurdle there. Okay, so let's go back to the chords here. So G, down, down, up, down, then C, down, up, back to G, and then to D. G, C, G, then to D. So that's over the riff. Now if you notice on the verse, if I show you the verse up to this point, even though this looks quite daunting, I'm going to point something out. Look at the first line. G, C, G, D. G, C, G, D. G, C, G, D. G, C, G, D. So it is 4 chords constantly cycling up until you get to this last line, then you go to a C. So it just, what I'm going to do is we'll get up to that point and then I'll show you the last 2 lines and we'll go through that. So G, down, down, up. Hey, where did we go? You can see the C on the go there. Back to G. Days where the rains came. Back to G. Down in the hollow. G. Playing a new game. Back to G. Laughing and running. Hey, hey. G. Skipping and a jumping. To the D, and then G. In the misty morning fog with. Back to G. Ah, to D. Our hearts are thumping with. So I'm going to get the last 2 lines on there now. So we've just done our hearts are thumping with you. So we're going to go to this C now. So C, you, and then to D, the last line. My brown-eyed girl, G, and then E minor, then to C, you're my D, my brown-eyed to G girl, and then D. Okay, so that's the verse. We'll piece it all together in a minute. So the chorus is here, so D. G. Sha-la-la, C, la-la-la-la, G, la-la-la-la, T-da-D. Just like that. G. Sha-la-la, C, la-la-la-la, to G, la-la-la-la, to a D, la-ti-da, G. Then there is like this little bass solo. So it's over them chords, the G, C, G, D. So it is quite a reoccurring sort of chord change in this song, that G, C, G, D. Okay, so before we start, just one more thing I just want to mention is when you see the chord here, let me just get a little pointer. when you see the chord here first before the words, you play the chord first, so G, and then hey, where did we go? And you can see where it says go, I'm playing the actual chord on top of that. And then you got 4 beats of there, and then you got a G on its own, so the G comes in again. Days where the rains came. So the chords are actually aligned specifically either before the lyrics or on top of the lyrics. See, this one's in between my and brown there, so you play that D chord in between them two. So they are specifically put in places, and after a while you won't need to look at the counters, the 4 dashes. You just look at the chords and where they're situated against the lyrics. So after a while you'll just naturally end up doing that. Okay, let's go through the song. So from the G, 1 2 3 4 G. Hey, where did we go? Days where the rains came. That's a G. Down in the hollow. G. Playing a new game. G. Laughing and running. Hey, hey, G. Skipping and jumping. G again. In the misty morning fog wind, our hearts are thumping to sing with you. And then to D, my brown-eyed girl, E minor, and C. You're my brown-eyed girl. Second verse, 2 3 4. Whatever happened to Tuesday is so slow, going down the old mine with a transistor radio, standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding behind the rainbow's wall, slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you. See, and then to D, my brown-eyed girl, E minor, and then C. You're mine, to a D, brown-eyed girl. 2 3 4, then D. Do you remember when 1 2 we used to sing sha la 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 di da. G. Sha la 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 di da. Sha la ti da. And then bass solo. And then the last verse doesn't have all the lines, but let's see if we can get through it without it. So starting on the G, so G. So hard to find my way. Then G again. Now that I'm on my own. Back to G. I saw you just the other day. G. My, you have grown. Cast my memory back there, Lord. Sometimes I'm overcome thinking about it. G. Making love in the Nice one. So there might be a few obstacles there with the changes and getting to the D and the C and the G and then the E minor to the C, but that is pretty much it. So if you can work on them just few little problems, it is very repetitive, and then you've got a full song you can play start to finish. Because I know, like, one of the biggest obstacles when you're beginning is actually playing a song for 3 minutes start to finish, and it is quite a big achievement. So it's nice to pick a song that's just got a couple of little changes, and then you can just master them, and then if you can keep it going for a period of time, you got a full song. So there's a lot of songs that are like this, and then you could easily have like 10-12 songs if you want to play at a party or just have a muck about singing. You know, it's more than achievable in a short period of time. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.